As I now have a broad idea of what I'm going to do, I can now import my character rig. I have created a new window and I will now open the outliner and select the main scene collection. Then I will go to File and click the link button. Note that on the different files I have provided for this chapter, all assets are made local so that there is no problem of path finding for the different files. I will show you how to make things local in a few seconds, but for the time being I've been browsing to my Trident character final rig file, go to the collection and import Trident character collection. A new collection will now appear in the outliner called Trident character. I will unfold it and right click on the sub collection. Then go to ID data and add library override hierarchy. It will create yet another collection, so you can get rid of the collection we've just linked by selecting the root collection in yellow and then in the 3D viewport press X and delete. If we now focus on our Trident character linked collection, we can see that we have two sub-collections, the rig itself and the Trident model. Whenever you are linking a new character into your scene, it's always a good move to test the preview mode to see if there is no problem with the shader and the textures of the character. Let me quickly show you how to make all your character datas local. The best way is to switch to object mode and press A to select everything. Then go to Object, Relations, Make Local, and from there you should select Selected Object, Data and Materials, so that everything you have selected in your 3D view or in the outliner will become local, including the materials, the texture, etc. If we choose all, whatever we have selected, every linked data will become local. I can now select any object, become editable. I can access the armature, edit it, or edit the material of my character. Back into our scene, I am still in preview mode, so I will create a material for the background and I will make it very dark and matte. So I will set the diffuse color to a dark gray and I will reduce the specularity. In the end, this is not very important because I won't be animating in preview mode, because the playback will be slower and kind of blurry. Before I show you my viewport setup, I will first create a new action, so I will be sourcing the keying set, but I need to make it local. Or I can simply duplicate it and give it a relevant name. In this case, I will call it Character Introduction Blocking. I will give it a fake user and I can now save my file. When you link your character, remember that the script is not linked. So I will click Link again, and I will browse for the character script. You will also find it in the source Blender file under text. This is something we have already done before. I will select the Trident rig script, then I will open the text editor, load it, press play, and then I need to go to text and register. Now you can save the file, and whenever you will reload it, the script will still be there. When I'm animating a character, I generally switch the viewport display to solid mode, and I generally enable the texture of the character. As it generally looks super dark and I don't like this shiny material applied by default, I generally switch to flat shading mode and I enable the shadows. Shadows are ideal to give yourself an idea of the proximity of your character with the ground. Here we can clearly see that our character is contacting the ground. To better understand the surrounding geometry, I also enable the cavity. It will highlight any sharp edges and darken any creases. If you are using the provided Trident character file, you should have this result. But in case you are wondering, the texture displayed in the viewport are the textures selected into your shader or material. With the linked asset, you can't access the material, so what is displayed is what is selected in the source file. In this example, the character has been made local, so I can access the material. And if I select any other map, you can see my character changing color. Here, selecting the normal map. If I now select the sword and select any other texture, for example the emissive texture or the roughness map, this is what is going to be displayed. So I need to make sure that for both the character and the weapons, I'm selecting the diffuse color. My scene setup is finally done. I can start blocking the animation.